We are back tonight with a conversation with Madonna. And in light of today's news about the death of Dick Clark, take a look at this.
What do you hope will happen?
That was American Bandstand, her new song Holiday back in 1984. She was 25 years old. And when Dick Clark asked her there what her ambition was, she said, quote, to rule the world. Okay, so she fell a little short of that, but she has done okay for herself. She has relaunched and reinvented herself yet again. She is, as you'll see, different now. From the hint of British accent you'll hear sneak into this conversation to the fact that she is older now and has dealt with more highs and lows and things like parenting. Harry Smith sat down with Madonna a few days back and, among other things, challenged her to play Truth or Dare.
Last time most people saw you was on the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You know, more people actually watched the Super Bowl halftime than watched the game. Did you know that?
I heard that rumor.
It's true.
That's kind of cool.
And the Super Bowl was the most watched television event in history. 114 million people stayed to watch. What did that mean to you?
It meant the world to me. It meant that I guess people were curious to see what I was going to do. And I felt really lucky.
Affirmation?
Yeah, I mean, it was a kind of a magical experience, especially towards the end when I was singing like a prayer. Everybody was lit up like a candle. Yeah.
You almost cried.
When?
Just now.
I did not, but I almost cried on the Super Bowl.
Yeah?
I did, during Like a Prayer. I almost cried then, for sure. I didn't almost cry.
Not just now?
No.
Really?
I know when I'm about to cry, Harry. You don't know me that well, okay?
For 30 years now, Madonna has been seeking and getting our attention. Like her or not, the Super Bowl proved we cannot ignore her, nor apparently do we want to. So when her new album was released last month, once again, she got our attention. It debuted at number 1.
It's hard to be number 1. It's hard to sell records. It's hard, it's a lot of competition, and I was extremely elated. Yeah.
But in the second week, it plunged down the charts, leaving some to wonder if the mistress of reinvention had lost her touch. Don't tell that to her die-hard fans, like Frank Orlick, who came to the launch of her new perfume last week and asked her to sign his arm.
I've been a fan since 1982, since she first started, and she agreed to it, so there it is.
He then went to a tattoo parlor to have the signature made permanent. As for the album's content, the lyrics appear to be an undisguised screed against her ex-husband, Guy Ritchie.
There are lyrics in there about custody and prenups and how you end up with all my jack. Did you get a lot off of your chest?
Yes, I did. In a matter of speaking. There's a rule of thumb when it comes to writing, and that is write about what you know. So.
I heard some anger in there. I thought the girl is angry.
Je suis énervée.
What did that mean?
I am angry.
Nary a day goes by, it seems, that Madonna isn't in the news. The TV ad for her new perfume reportedly ruffled feathers when it was deemed too racy.
Is there a point in your life where you ever get tired of being controversial?
I don't think it's me being controversial. I think other people like to get attention, and they know they can get attention for themselves by mentioning my name. And I think some people are kind of stuck on my name, like a needle on a record, and they just have to keep calling attention to something I've done. And it works.
Maybe not tired of being controversial, but tired, yes. Our chat took place at midnight, and even she admits that sometimes she thinks about slowing down.
53 years old, 30 years making music. Do you ever have this day where you just think, you know what, I'm just going to chill?
Yeah.
Chill.
Of course I have those days. I'm having them right now just about every other day. I just want to stay home in my bed. Yeah. I'm tired. It's past your bedtime, Harry.
It is a little bit.
Turns out it's not so easy. maintaining her place at the center of the pop universe and being a single mom with 4 kids.
Is it hard being you?
I imagine it must be. Yes, it is. It must be hard because I complain all the time.
I'm serious.
That's a strange question to ask me. Is it hard being you?
Only on certain days.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard. We all have our challenges. To be a single mother of 4 and to work as much as I do and live my life in a kind of metaphorical fishbowl, it's pretty challenging. Yeah. But so far I've survived with sanity and humor intact.
Are there 2 Madonnas? Is there the...
It's probably about 25. But to my children, there's mostly the one that comes home and says, have you done your homework? And why are you wearing that? And why did you say that? And what are you eating that for?
Her oldest daughter, Lourdes, is now 15. The 2 of them have their own clothing line, and she sang backup on one of the songs on the new album. But at this moment, Lourdes is in Madge's doghouse.
There was a picture the other day of her in the paper with a cigarette.
Yes.
And I thought, how did Madonna react to that?
She wasn't very happy.
Are you a tough mom?
I think I am, but honestly, I don't think I'm as tough as I should be. I think I need to be maybe tougher. It's hard, though. It's hard. It's every day is a negotiation. But cigarette smoking, I'm not very fond of. For anyone.
Yeah.
I don't approve of anyone smoking cigarettes. Most of all, my daughter.
But there's a video of you with a cigarette in your mouth.
I don't smoke. That's just an accessory, Harry. There's a difference. She smoked that cigarette before I did that video. I just want to point that out. So, she didn't get that from me. Okay?
Do you have stuff left to prove?
I don't know about prove, but I certainly have stuff left to say. And I think that's really why I'm doing it. I still feel like expressing myself that way, and I'll keep doing it as long as I do.
Madonna with Harry Smith.
Those classic moves. Unforgettable songs. And that relentless energy. All of this and much more makes Madonna the undeniable queen of pop. For years, die-hard Madonna fans have been showing her their love. And now Madonna is returning the affection. Just hours before her concert event, Madonna the MDNA Tour airs Saturday night on Epix, the Queen of Reinvention herself invited 500 of her biggest fans to audition for a chance to work out with her.
It would really be a dream come true. Madonna.
I'm ready. I'm born to dance.
Learning the moves the megastar uses to train for her mega tours.
I'm so excited I made it.
And I was along for the ride. Fans getting a first-hand glimpse at what it takes to get MDNA ready, physically, mentally, spiritually, for a grueling world tour.
Why was it important for you to show them what this was like, what you do, how you choreograph this routine?
I think it's fun to get in a room and sweat with people. I'm happy to share my workouts with everyone.
I watched you in your concert film do all this dancing in stilettos.
We learn the choreography in sneakers, and then we start practicing in heels that are not quite as high.
But that choreography drew criticism, with the first act of her tour relying heavily on the use of guns.
Did you ever think about not including that in the movie?
No, that would be like asking people to not have guns in action movies. I mean, the thing is, guns don't kill people, people kill people. The whole first section of the show is like an action movie. And I was playing a super vixen who wanted revenge.
You came out and gave a statement that you do not condone violence, obviously, and that this is art and nothing more. Yeah. But I know there were several movies that delayed releases because of the shootings, for example, at Sandy Hook Elementary School. So there wasn't any doubt or any hesitation.
Well, that's not going to change the situation. This all comes from fear and ignorance and people not really raising their children and paying attention to what's going on.
Madonna, for one, is keeping a close eye on her brood. The 7-time Grammy winner's 4 children joining her on the road. It's a family affair, with daughter Lourdes working behind the scenes.
She worked in the wardrobe department. She had the very, very unglamorous task of dressing and undressing all the male dancers.
Are you the male dancers?
Well, we had a lot of male dancers. It had its unglamorous moments. I mean, they're disgusting and they're sweaty and they're rude. But, you know, she took her job very seriously.
Open your heart, I'll make you love me.
Did Rocco want to go on tour with you?
Oh my gosh, yes. He threw himself in front of me.
Really?
He's the showboat in the family.
Is he really?
Yeah.
More than your daughter?
Yeah.
You're going to have your hands full.
I already have my hands full.
Would you say you're a strict mom?
Pretty strict. My daughter just got an iPhone. She's 16. My son does not have a phone. Ever since my daughter got an iPhone, she stopped talking to me.
What is it like to see your daughter at that age, 16?
It's kind of uncomfortable. You know, she's still my little girl, but she's also a woman.
And the Rocco we see in the film is not the Rocco coming home from dinner tonight. He's already grown a foot?
He's a foot taller. He's getting facial hair. He's looking at girls' butts. It's terrible.
All right, I have a quick lightning round of questions. What's one thing you would like to change about yourself?
In my impatience.
Can you eat anything?
I'm guilty of eating Magnum bars before I go to sleep at night.
French fries ever?
French fries? Yes. I've had French fries for the last 3 nights.
Biggest love of your life?
That would be my children.
Might you ever get married again?
I might.
Do you want to?
I might.
How much longer do you think you'll be doing this?
I don't know. I've always danced and exercised. I can't imagine not doing it. So I'll be Martha Graham in my 90s, doing contractions on the floor.
And joining us now is Madonna's trainer, Nicole Winhofer. And girl, you are in fantastic shape.
You did such a great job last night.
Thank you, but I've got to tell everybody that the routine that we see you doing is 50 times harder than it looks. I mean, I do work out, and I was sweating bullets after. I lasted 30 seconds, everybody. You do this every day with Madonna?
Yeah, 6 days a week. You know, if you want to look like that and get conditioned for a concert that's 2.5 hours long, you need to work out and make it part of your day.
And we know Madonna's dedicated to fitness because she has her Hard Candy fitness brand, which includes everything from gyms to her Addicted to Sweat series of DVD workouts, which show the workouts that you guys were doing with the lucky contestant winners, and many of whom are here in our audience, right?
Yes, they're all here.
And are you with her on tour? Does she do all the choreography and then you learn it all, or do you help her do that part of it actually?
For tour, you know, I have to learn the choreography, implement them into our programs. And what's so great about Hard Candy Fitness is that we have 8 gyms open around the world, and they're doing the workouts that we do in the room.
Tonight, one of the most successful performers of all time. This Sunday, you don't want to miss her live Super Bowl halftime performance right here on NBC on Friday, February 3rd. Her new movie, W.E., opens in theaters nationwide. It's the first feature film that she co-wrote and directed. Like everything she does, people will be talking about this movie. Please welcome Madonna! Welcome back. It's great to see you. You look terrific.
Wow. I guess things are going good for you.
Yeah, things are going okay.
Because it's a bigger
studio.
Nicer,
that's what it is.
Yeah, good.
And things are going good for you. This year you got the movie, you got the CD, you got the Super Bowl. Tell me about the new CD. Tell me about that.
What do you want to know?
Well, it's called MDNA.
Yeah.
Now, we've been speculating around the office.
Triple entendre.
Yeah, is it Madonna?
Yeah, that's one.
Is it Madonna DNA?
It's DNA, the DNA of M.
Right.
Yeah, let me break it down for you.
Okay, go ahead.
And, well, you've heard of this drug that produces euphoric feelings of love?
Mm-hmm.
MDNA?
Oh, okay.
Have you ever tried it?
You know, I haven't. You know, I pretty much get those feelings from ginger ale, so I'm okay.
Really?
Yeah. You know, a little ginger ale, I'm off. You know, it works for me.
Well, then you won't, okay, so just listen to my record.
I will listen to it. Now, your kids, do they listen to your music?
Yeah, they do. They tell me what they like and what they don't like.
Now, are they honest what they don't like?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are they tactful?
Nope.
No, not at all.
No tact whatsoever. Mom, get that song off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, how do you react to that? That's gotta be like a knife
It's
through
a little
the heart.
hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they are honest, it's true.
All right. So it makes you stronger.
But they have different, they all have different tastes, which is good. So some of them like one set of songs, and my son likes certain songs, my daughter likes other songs. It's good. And then the little ones have favorite songs.
Okay.
So.
Okay, doing the Super Bowl this Sunday. Can you share some details? Tell me about that. I can't imagine the pressure of doing that.
It is. I must say it's the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done.
Okay.
Super Bowl. Yeah. Really. It's. I mean, the Super Bowl is like kind of the holy of holies. It's the sacred show of America, right?
It's like the Super Bowl.
It's the Super Bowl. So, and I have to go on in the middle of that holy of holies and put on the greatest show that was ever put on before, right?
Right.
So that's no pressure.
No. Now.
Wait, and here's the crazy part. I have 8 minutes to set up the stage and 7 to take it down. I'm not sure why I got cheated on the other side, but...
Wow. As a stage performer, you do what you want, because that's what you do. But you come in, you do a TV, did they give you a list of rules? I'm sorry, no, you can't say, oh, no, we have to hear that song
Well,
before
for sure, no nipples.
Yeah, okay.
But I wasn't going to go there. I mean, I don't like to repeat myself, so... or do what other people have done before me. No, well, it is the NFL, so they do have some contingencies.
Yeah. Do you get nervous on live TV? Is that
a little bit. I'm particularly nervous with a show like that because, for instance, they're playing football all day, so I don't really have time to do like a sound check.
Right.
Like, I can't. I just have to get in there like it's a little bit like a circus act. Get in there, roll out my carpet, and put on my show and get back off.
And this is the is this the international symbol for putting on a show? Is that what that is? Apparently you're doing some sort of Irish jig. Is that what you're going to do? Is that a little taste ahead there?
Yes, there's a top hat.
Because I think the first live show you did, maybe it was the first one I ever saw, was the MTV Awards?
Yeah.
Okay. Because your old manager, Freddie, used to live down the street from you.
Really?
Yeah.
So.
And he was like, he thought, oh my God,
apoplectic.
yeah, because, about rolling around on the floor in the wedding dress, the whole deal.
Yeah, he told, well, here's what happened. I was standing at the top of a wedding cake, as one does, and I walked down these steps, which were the tiers of a wedding cake, and I lost my shoe. I lost my white stiletto.
Right.
And I thought, oh God, how am I going to get that? It's over there, and I'm on TV. So I thought, well, I'll pretend I meant to do this, and I dove onto the floor. And I rolled around, and I reached for the shoe, and as I reached for the shoe, the dress went up. And then the underpants were showing.
Right.
And I didn't mean to.
No, but it became the greatest night in television history.
Freddie did say to me afterwards in the dressing room, he was white. He was white after he was so upset. And he said, that's it, you've ruined your career.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how do you handle it? When your manager comes up to you after you've been on TV live and goes, that's it, you've ruined your career, do you go, oh, okay? I mean, what do you say there?
I don't know. I didn't even know that my butt was showing. I couldn't compute everything that had happened. And since I didn't really have a career yet, I didn't feel like I'd lost anything.
Right. So you can't lose what you don't have.
Exactly.
All right, look, we'll take a break. More with Madonna right after this. Welcome back. Talking with Madonna. Her new movie is called W.E., which you co-wrote and directed and did the song. This is the first feature I know you've done the short films. This is the first feature you've directed.
Yes.
Why did you want to direct a big feature?
Well, I wanted to be a director for a really long time, but I feel like I don't know, I was married to a director for 10 years, and I think that I was incredibly intimidated by that fact. And I thought, I'm the singer, entertainer in the family, and I didn't feel like I had earned the right to do it, so I shot a short film called Filth and Wisdom, which kind of ended up being longer than a short film. And then after that, I became completely obsessed with the story of Wallace Simpson and Edward VIII, and I decided I wanted to make a film about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, were there other directors that influenced you? Other directors where you went, oh, I like this guy's sense of style.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Wong Kar-wai. I don't know if you know his films.
I don't.
Chinese director.
Okay, I don't.
He directed a film called In the Mood for Love, which is so romantic and so stylish and so evocative. And I'm very inspired by. I was inspired by the film La Vie en Rose.
Okay.
Which I saw and I thought, I wish I directed that movie. You know? Very stylish, very beautiful. So yeah, I mean, so many directors inspired me.
Well, you have a great sense of style in this movie and a great sense of period. You know, there's no false notes in it. It rings true all the way.
Thank you.
Now, I like this young actress. What's her name?
Andrea Riseborough.
Andrea Riseborough. I'd never heard of her.
She's unbelievable.
Okay.
Funnily enough, she portrayed Margaret Thatcher in a TV film a couple of years ago called The Long Walk to Finchley. And it was when Margaret Thatcher was younger, right?
Right.
And she discovered her, you know, when she became politically involved, and she was brilliant in it, really brilliant. So.
Now, you've auditioned for parts, okay?
Yes.
Do you empathize while casting it? Okay, an actor comes in, Madonna's sitting in the chair. All right, let's see what you do there. Do your little acting thing. How does that work?
Well, I mean, everyone's nervous for auditions, so I like to make people feel at ease, and, you know, I usually offer them a drink or, you know, do a lap dance.
Really? Wow. Well, that would put you at ease.
No. I mean, I'm acutely aware of people's nervousness, so I hope I make them feel at ease.
Does it come from bad auditions? Do you go for auditions where I go, oh, I never want to treat anybody like that?
Well, I've really sucked in some auditions, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, auditions can be brutal. You could go in there and really nail something, and you could just not be, and go in there and make a huge fool out of yourself.
Like, what did you audition for that you sucked at? You went, oh, I just...
Oh. I'm not telling.
Well, no, that's fine. That's fine. Wow. You seem to have hit a nerve there. That seems to have been a bad...
No, I don't. I mean, God, I just remember doing an audition once, and afterwards there was just total silence. And then the director just went, "Thank you."
Yeah, that's the worst.
And I just left. Yeah, it was terrible. Then there's the other kind of audition where you audition for something like 8 times. You just keep coming back and auditioning, and it's like a kind of torture.
Yeah.
And I did that for a film, and I ended up not getting the part, and that was not very pleasant.
Yeah. And there's
I have a voodoo doll of that director.
There's always that one person in the room, I don't care. You know, that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Remind people who Wallace and Edward were, because this is, of course, an English story, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, people should know about this story because it changed the course of history in England. Edward VIII, he was the son of George V, who was the grandson of Queen Victoria. He became the king in 1937, and he was the king for almost a year. He abdicated, which is unheard of, because he was not allowed to marry an American woman named Wallis Simpson, who was from Baltimore, Maryland. She was twice divorced, which was an unspeakable crime in England at that time.
Sure.
Church of England was very against it. Apparently, a king could marry, or a prince could marry, royalty could marry a divorced woman, but only if her husbands were deceased. But both of her husbands were alive, so they said, and he just didn't want to take the throne without the woman he loved, which is a very noble act, I think.
Well, there they are right there. Those are the real people right there.
Yeah.
And the casting is amazing.
And they were very, very, very stylish, incredibly stylish, and interesting people, very complex. And I'm fascinated by the story. For me, what drove me and what I tried to get to the bottom of was, you know, men are such power-seeking creatures, right? They will do anything to get to the throne.
Sure.
So what did this woman possess that would make him give up that power and make that sacrifice?
Well, the other thing that's great, there are probably more rumors about these two, especially her.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard them my whole life. So some people said, oh, she was a prostitute in China. Other people said
she learned her Yeah, she put a spell on the king because of sexual tricks that she learned in brothels in China.
Is that possible?
Well, I don't know. I've never been to a brothel in China.
I'll tell you, those Chinese brothels, don't underestimate them. They're unbelievable. Yeah.
Maybe you could illuminate our audience.
Yeah, well.
Well, here's the thing. The English people, he was the beloved prince of the people, and when he abdicated, people were not very happy about it, and they had to blame somebody.
Sure.
So they made her the scapegoat, and she became the most hated woman in the world for years and years and years, especially in England. So of course, lots of rumors swirled about her.
Yeah, almost like in this country when Jackie Onassis married, when Jackie Kennedy married Aristotle Onassis. Remember, everybody turned on her. They hated her, even though it was years later.
Yeah.
So, well, it's a terrific story. What is this clip we're going to see? What's happening here?
I believe this is when he makes it very clear to her that he wants to marry her, and she sees the writing on the wall, and she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with it, and he says he'll give up the throne, and well, you'll see.
Right here. And great wardrobe, by the way. Look at the sense of style in this film. Take a look.
Thank you.
David, let's stop all this talk about marriage. It frightens me, and I can't see any good coming of it.
Why?
Your family will never stand for it. The Prime Minister won't stand for it.
Then I'll give up the throne.
And I will be the most despised woman in the world.
Why do you belittle yourself? They would be lucky to have you as their queen.
You're delusional. If I had any sense at all, I would just disappear.
Don't you understand? You can do whatever you like, go wherever you want. But whatever you do, I'll follow you.
In theaters Friday, February 3rd, and the Super Bowl this Sunday. Madonna, thank you very much. I know you got to go. Thank you so much. Be right back right after this.
I got my first real six-string. Bought it at the 5 and 9. Played it.
Just seen the new Sex, so you might be tempted to think of Madonna as the Sex original. She has pushed every boundary and lots of buttons along with it. So has superstardom slowed her down at all? As Cynthia McFadden found out, Madonna is just getting started.
She's the world's top-selling female recording artist of all time. With hits like Vogue and Like a Virgin. For 3 decades, Madonna has never held back from expressing herself. It's no secret Madonna is the original pinup girl for outrageous behavior. Love her, hate her, she is tireless.
Nice to see you here. Nice.
Launching 3 massive projects all at once.
Fancy meeting you here.
Exactly. We just stumbled into this beautiful room.
We picked this room, the Royal Suite at New York's Waldorf Astoria, because Madonna wants to talk about her latest passion, her new film about the Duke and Duchess of Windsor.
They actually stayed in this set of rooms.
Yeah, perfect.
It's her directorial baby called W.E., poised to open on February 3rd.
David, let's stop all this talk about marriage. It frightens me, and I can't see any good coming of it.
An unbridled romance between King Edward VIII and an American divorcee, Wallis Simpson. Their romance ultimately shook Britain to its core.
Then I'll give up the throne.
And I will be the most despised woman in the world.
And she was. Forced to choose between the throne and the woman he loved, Edward chose Wallis, abdicating in 1936.
I now quit altogether public affairs, and I lay down my burden.
Do you end up liking Wallis Simpson?
I love her. I see her as a human being, her ability to survive against all odds. Get a life. And also I think she was deeply misunderstood by people, and I think, obviously I can relate to that.
Madonna always surprises, and the film is no exception.
The great discovery that I made whilst doing this research is that there is no such thing as perfect love, and I obviously know that in the back of my head. I'm not an idiot.
No idea.
Inside one of the greatest love affairs of all time, Madonna reveals a painful truth.
She felt
Trapped, yeah. I mean, think about it. If a man gives up being king for you, then you have to spend the rest of your life making him feel like a king. She felt imprisoned.
Have you ever been loved like that?
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer because I've never fallen in love with a king. I've certainly fallen in love with people who were willing to make big sacrifices for me, possibly not as big as I would have liked them to make. And I've made very big sacrifices for people that I've loved.
You're a romantic.
I am. Sorry.
Still, after all these years.
Why not?
Speaking of all these years, Madonna and I have our own history, nearly a decade's worth. From our first interview in Los Angeles to the one at her home in New York.
I'm being held prisoner by hair and makeup artist. All right.
We last met in the south of France.
Come on, Cynthia, join me. There's a disco downstairs. Look at this.
She was about to turn the big 5-0.
Yeah, you, I'm 50.
This time we thought we might jump right over age.
We'll skip the age stuff.
Yeah, boring
It's not that
subject.
I don't wanna
already
own
know
it.
how old I am, and I own it.
Well, you're famously dating younger men.
Aren't people tired of that subject?
No.
His name is Brahim Zybet, a 24-year-old French dancer.
I just met someone that I cared for, and this happens to be his age.
And what's appealing about him?
I don't feel comfortable with this conversation.
What are you looking for?
Talk about Wallace Simpson.
We'll talk about Wallace Simpson.
So how is her new relationship going?
I'm the easy one.
I believe you, millions won't. Are you the easy one?
No, I don't know. I mean, I go home and I wash my face and I put on my sweatpants and I lay down on the bed and I say, oh, please rub my feet. And, you know, and he says, no, you rub my feet. So, you know, behind the curtain, I'm just like everybody else.
Really? The material girl is like everyone else? Remember erotica?
Let's talk about celebrity a little bit.
Okay, goody, my favorite subject.
Well, you're an expert on celebrity.
Am I? Wow. That's a sign.
What's it a sign of?
I don't know. Maybe the Duchess is in this room right now.
Yeah,
Maybe
she's angry at us.
She doesn't like the subject.
Of love or celebrity?
3 minutes later, the light was fixed.
Did you set out to be famous?
Hell no. Fame kind of came and smacked me in the face. And I set out to be a dancer, and then I set out to be a singer and a songwriter.
Cut! And now a director. When we come back,
they want to know what you think about Lady Gaga.
Your number one question for the queen of pop.
Is that good?
Look it up.
When 2020's Ask Madonna continues.
Volunteer weeknights on.
This is the first time in 30 years Madonna has ever allowed cameras into a recording studio.
I know it's not cool to be happy, but I think it is. It's actually really cool to be uncool.
And you're getting an exclusive sneak peek of her new single, a duet with rapper MIA. The album called MDNA is out in March.
Happy birthday!
And there'll be a lot more music to come. She's just signed a lucrative new music deal.
$40 million.
Is that how
much?
much?
Are you buying lunch?
Cynthia, I think we've passed lunch. I think we've passed dinner.
Madonna is also the halftime entertainment at this year's Super Bowl. A controversial decision.
So what's more frightening, having the movie open or performing live at the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl, for sure. I have 8 minutes to set up my stage, 12 minutes to put on the greatest show on earth, and I have 7 minutes to take it down. And that's the challenge. How do you do that?
Jump out of a plane or no?
No, there's a roof on the stadium. It'd be painful. I actually wanted to have 100 drummers come from the ceiling.
I like it.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Madonna wouldn't tell me exactly what she's planning.
What's happening now? I have 250 dancers waiting for me right now.
The day we talked, she was holding a massive audition. Before she left, she agreed to answer some viewer questions.
What is
These
that?
are the questions that
God.
people wrote in. What was the last meal you cooked entirely by yourself?
I don't think I've ever cooked a meal entirely by myself.
Ever?
My nannies cook, my housekeeper cooks.
Do you cook anything?
No, but I do everything else.
Do you miss being married?
Certain parts of it, yeah.
What parts?
Just feeling like a part of a family unit. not having to make all the decisions on my own.
Which would you despise the most? A world without music, a world without sex, or a world full of hydrangeas?
A world without sex. Because when you're making love to someone, it's like music.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, as long as there's no hydrangeas in the room.
So, of all of these, there's one question that almost blew up the internet.
Oh.
They want to know what you think about Lady Gaga. And do you feel she's copying you?
I certainly think she references me a lot in her work. Sometimes I think it's amusing and flattering and well done. I can't really be annoyed by it or insulted by it because obviously I've influenced her.
It doesn't feel like a ripoff.
No, because she's she and I'm me.
Would you ever do a duet with her?
It hasn't occurred to me, but never say never.
And when you saw Born This Way, did you think?
When I heard it on the radio. Yes, I did. I said that sounds very familiar. Yes.
Some argue Born This Way sounds a little too much like Madonna's Express Yourself.
And that doesn't feel annoying.
It feels reductive.
Is that good?
Look it up.
We did. It means simplified or crude.
That was a good answer.
Well, that's our program for tonight, but be sure to stay tuned for Nightline after your local news. I'm Elizabeth Vargas for all of us at 2020 and...
Yes, it's finally happened. These people all want to see Madonna. And these people are about to see Madonna. Let's start the show! Because, yes, the one, the only, Madonna is here! I share the excitement. Honestly, this is me when I heard I was going to meet Madonna. There, yeah. And this is Madonna when she heard she was going to meet me. Now, obviously, Madonna is in town for the opening of her new film, W.E. A lavish royal biopic all about the life of Wallace Simpson and Edward VIII. I mean, the attention to period detail is astonishing. Do we have that picture of Wallace? Yes. the ears are right. Madonna directed the film, of course, and she cast two of Britain's hottest young actors as Wallace and Edward, and I'll be meeting them later, James Darcy and Andrea Riseborough. I know they're not Madonna, but well done. Very good. W.E., such a good story. Wallace Simpson was a divorced woman who married the Prince of Wales. Obvious parallels with Camilla. In fact, I believe Madonna even went to see Camilla for some advice. She did, yeah. Madonna, of course, as I'm sure you know, she's very down to earth. Very down to earth. Never looks down her nose when she meets people who have less money than her. You know. Yeah. The Queen must have been so confused, but I'm mad. Madonna hit the headlines when she published her iconic book, Sex. Do you remember? It came with that amazing metal cover. Do you remember that? Yeah. I mean, everyone was desperate to get a copy. Yeah. Madonna's taken her inspiration for her looks from people throughout history. You know, here's her Marilyn Monroe look. There she is. Here's her homage to Liza Minnelli in Cabaret. And, of course, then there was this look, which I believe was based on a 300-year-old queen. But let's get the special guest. Later, we'll be having music from this year's Brit Awards Critics' Choice, Emily Sandé. But first, she's here. Holy Mother of God! It's Madonna! We're here for a while. Pace yourselves.
I don't know how to sit on this couch. It's like a hot dog bun.
Your lovely filling. Thank you so much for being here. It's
My
fantastic.
pleasure.
And as you can tell, a lot of excitement in the room. Now, the thing that struck me, kind of thinking about you, is obviously you can remember, you know, when you weren't Madonna.
No.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
persona Madonna. Can you remember what that felt like to not be the focus of every room you walk into and all that sort of stuff?
I do, and I really enjoy when I'm in environments where I feel anonymous.
But when does that happen?
Well, when I went, just was on my skiing holiday, actually, because I was wearing a mask completely covering my face and goggles, and so I could ride the ski lift and nobody knew it was me.
So other people watching
So
this
everybody
now...
was like just cutting in front of me in the lines and stabbing me with their ski pole.
That's our lives. It was a holiday for you. We want to talk...
Also, I have to tell you, it's when I'm at home with my children, they don't give an F who I am. It's like I hear all the complaints and all the moaning, and I still have to threaten to kill them if they don't do their homework.
Now, 2012, what a great year for you. Not just the movie,
but the end of the world.
The world, is it though? No. What are we doing here?
What are they? But, isn't that what everyone says? It's the last year of life as we know it. Right. So, but things could get better. But things are changing rapidly.
Yes, they are.
Some for the better, some for the worse.
But one of the good things, back to my point,
Yes.
the good things that, unless the world ends, will be happening, is you're back on tour.
Well, we're going out in a bang, baby.
Yeah. We'll be there. I'm thrilled you're going on tour. They're thrilled you're going on tour.
Uh-huh.
But you, Madonna, how can you be arsed going on tour?
Well, I just spent the last 3 years making a film.
Okay, so will this be more fun?
Well, no, it's just that I have to pay the rent.
Oh, I see. Oh, now I hear you. Sorry, I wasn't getting it at all. Okay, so is that what motivates you?
A girl has to make a living.
Okay, so it's, yeah.
I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Truthfully. I enjoy putting the show together. I enjoy the first 2 weeks, and I enjoy the last 2 weeks.
So other bits in the middle.
And then there's great things along the way. But it's like doing a show every night. It's really hard. It's hard work.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, for me, it's the most rewarding of all my jobs. You know, I love writing songs, and I loved making my film. I love all the things that I do. But to be able to stand on a stage and feel that very visceral connection with human beings, and that thing that only music can do with other humans, there's nothing like it. So
yeah. And new album, really quite soon. A new album.
Yeah.
When's the new album?
Soon. I mean, depending on how soon people download it. I mean, like, hack into my server and leak it.
Is that true? So people really did do that?
It's terrible. It's just terrible. Can't people just let me wait and let me finish it and then?
Because it's fans that do it, isn't it?
I know, and I keep saying to my manager, "Are they really my fans? If they love me so much, why don't they let me put it out when I want to put it out?"
Yeah.
It's very
confusing behavior.
Yeah.
Hackers, you know.
Because they arrested one of them, didn't they?
Yes.
Have you seen him?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Should I?
He's here. No, he's not.
No, he's in jail.
Oh, was he actually in jail?
I think he might be.
Oh,
I think
wow.
what he's done is a criminal offense.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I'm not encouraging it.
Okay.
And listen, the album's out soon, so does it have a name?
Yes. Why don't you ask my hacker?
No, so what's it called? What's it called? Do you know what it's called? Can you tell us? Opal Wall. They want to know. Opal Wall.
Well, the only reason I hesitate is because I could change my mind. I am known to do that. But
well, then,
for right now, it's, you might not like it.
They'll like it, trust me.
It's...
Stop guessing.
It's, well, I'm into initials, so these... LUV, that's good. No, I was going to call it MDNA.
Very good. Actually, that points to the whole thing about your music is that you are quite zeitgeisty and you're always kind of ahead of the trend.
Okay.
And earlier in your career, that must have been easier because you were out in the clubs, you were setting the trends, you were seeing people voguing. Now, how...
I sent my daughter out.
Is that serious? Is that...
No, she's 14. She's in...
Reconnaissance.
Don't come back until you get the latest.
How do you stay in touch?
With the real world?
Well, no, with kind of the trends and what the kids are...
I go out.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, again, you've got so much energy. I just... I'll just wait for your album.
I go out, I pay attention. I have friends in low places.
But because Lourdes is 14, do you...
Oh, wait a minute. She's 15. Oh, God. She's going to kill me. She's 15, but she's very sophisticated for her age.
But do you kind of bounce things off her? Do you kind of go...
For sure. I don't even have to ask. She just gives me her opinion.
Oh, okay.
But I, do play her songs and say, what do you think? Is that cool, not cool? Clothes, everything. Other artists. She's very opinionated.
Because you did a really cute thing online where you and her are working together on Material Girl.
Yes.
And you're looking for a new face
right.
For Material Girl. This is your fashion line. We'll just go show a little clip of you and Lourdes together.
Okay, so this is what I'm worried about. Are we going to be able to find the next Material Girl?
Totes.
I hope
my goats.
Excuse me?
I said totes my goats. They say that now.
What else?
They don't say that anymore. They don't say that anymore.
I say it in my world. I say it.
Okay.
Okay, you say what you want in your world, and I'll say what I want.
Okay, I'll just say what I want in the cool and bull world.
Yeah, okay, and I'll say what I want in the timeless world.
The old world?
Timeless?
Okay.
No, it's got nothing to do with age. I think you're an ageist, okay? I think you're a looksist and an ageist.
You're so off topic.
Completely and utterly sums up our relationship.
Is that all improvised?
So not cool. Completely.
And I hear she's quite bossy as well.
That's an understatement.
Where did she get it from?
I don't know.
But that's the other thing, I suppose, because there you are, you've got 4 kids. How hard is it to be a strict parent, given that they know that you've broken every rule in the book? You've made a career out of doing that.
Yes, but there's 2 things that I always say to them. You can't cheat. You have to work hard for everything. And that's a really important thing in our house. And that includes all areas, whether it's an after-school activity or your actual schoolwork. No cheating. Work hard. That's how you get ahead in the world. So if I see them, being slackers, then I can stand by that.
Yeah.
No one can say I didn't work hard for what I did.
Yeah.
And then if they, if I say to my daughter, that outfit is a little bit too risque or revealing, and my daughter looks at me and says, "That's rich coming from you."
Well, you would.
But I say, when you're 15, you're going to have to allow me to help you, guide you in the dressing department, and then when you get older, you can make decisions for yourself. So we do have lots of discussions, and, you know, I say just trust me on this. And also we have a discussion about separating the me, the artist me, with the parent me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important too.
And
sometimes you just have to say, because I said so. That's it. And you just can't have any more discussions about it. Okay.
Now, we must talk about why you're here.
Yes.
New movie, W.E. out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've seen it twice.
You have?
And I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It's beautifully shot, acted, story really well told.
Mm-hmm.
You must be pleased with it. Are you proud of it?
I'm super proud of it, yeah. 3 years of my life.
It is, and you were, I mean, incredibly hands-on.
Yeah, well, I wrote it with Alec Kashishian, but if you start from the writing process and the research up until this moment, it's been 3 years of my life.
The story of W.E., it's familiar to a lot of people in Britain. Wallace Simpson, Edward VIII, abdicated to the throne for the love of her. But you tell the story through a prism of a modern love story.
Yeah, well, the story is told through the eyes of, and the eyes, the brain, the consciousness of a modern-day woman who's looking at the story and thinking, oh my goodness, what must it be like to be loved so much that someone would give up the throne for you? And so it's really her journey, but you end up learning about the story of Wallace Simpson and Edward VIII.
And we're meeting the actors who play Wallace and Edward later.
Yeah.
But right now, here's a clip with Abby Cornish and Oscar Isaac sort of setting up the story.
The crisis comes that startles the world. London crowds stand stunned at the almost unbelievable news.
What are you thinking about?
King and Emperor prepares to publicly renounce his throne for the woman he loves.
What it must feel like to be loved that much. And what is your definition of love? He gave up everything for her.
And I suppose people watching, we do see parallels between you and Wallace in...
No. No, I mean, I'm not as skinny as she is.
Really, don't go on about that. No sympathy at all.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, to a certain extent. I mean, there are many aspects to her life that I could relate to in that I feel like people reduced her to a couple of personality traits which weren't very complimentary. And she was labeled ambitious and heretical and conniving and quite one-dimensional, and I thought that was really unfair. And you know, sometimes being a celebrity, one finds themselves being reduced to adjectives that aren't actually true.
And in terms of your links to the story, I've read where you found all these kind of weird, like, signs and coincidences, these odd things. Like, talk us through some of the things that...
You mean when Wallace Simpson walked into my bedroom one night?
That one,
yeah.
That was a bit freaky.
Yeah, no, well, the thing is, I had gone through lots of trials and tribulations to try and get the rights to a book about her, and I couldn't get that, and it seemed problematic and too many challenges, and I thought, what am I doing? You know, I'm writing a story about somebody that people are, you know, it's the royal family, you know, are they going to hate my guts for telling this story? It's Wallace Simpson. People are very polarized about their opinion of her. Should I, you know, be throwing myself into this juggernaut? And then one day the doorbell rang, and I answered it in my pajamas, as I do, and and there was no one there. But there was a white removals van in front of my door, and it said Montague Removals. And Montague was her maiden name before she was married, the first time. And so I thought, okay, that's a sign, because I was right at my turning point about whether I should do it or not. I said, you know, the universe is trying to tell me something, so I...
The real oddness for me in that story is that you answered your own door. You don't always answer your own door, do you?
Well, when my bloody staff doesn't answer... And the ringer's going on, and the vents, it triggers the phone. So the phone's just ringing and ringing. You're like, answer it myself. So.
we kind of see it as the greatest love story ever told.
Yeah.
But your angle on it is slightly different than that.
Well, I thought it was too when I first started investigating it. But once I started reading, watching all the documentaries, and then finally getting to the letters, because the letters, of course, were the most revealing of all, I realized that while there was great love between them, and I do believe they loved each other, they both made huge sacrifices, many compromises, and I think they suffered immensely because essentially after they married they were exiled. They lived in exile, and I think that pained Edward greatly. I mean, once you're the king, you can't get a job as a waiter, right?
No, you'll find that. Yeah. Your waitressing days are behind you, Madonna. I'll warn you.
I know, but you do have to think about these things. If everything goes tits up, what could I do? I do have other talents.
But romantically, has your mindset about... Because you've talked recently about how you now don't believe in sort of perfect love anymore.
Well, it's not that I've ever believed in perfect love. It's just from the outside. You know, if you're a romantic like me, and every girl I know is, every girl wants to be swept off her feet by a knight in shining armor. Unfortunately, we are raised on those fairy tales, and even if we're sophisticated, educated, intellectual, evolved human beings, we still, in the back of our mind, think that Mr. Right's going to come along and sweep us off our feet and take us off into the sunset, and we're going to live happily ever after. Am I right, ladies?
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, there's some women here.
And? Am I right, ladies and gentlemen?
We're all going down the aisle now.
Okay, so, and then, you know, and in the back of our mind we believe that, but in the front of our mind we keep getting reminded that it's actually not true, but in the back of our mind we keep believing it, right? Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? And so we keep getting disappointed.
So you could, I mean, what you're saying is...
It's a paradox, isn't it? Because you want that, but on the other hand, if you've got half a brain, you know that it doesn't really exist.
But could you see yourself walking down an aisle again in an I-do situation?
I could, actually. Yes.
Nice to know. It's nice to know. Now, I want to talk about music and your career. We must be. The people must be. Now, I don't want to kind of go through all the statistics about 250 million albums. We got a nice visual way to kind of have a quick look at your career.
I hope it's nice.
No, this is lovely.
Okay.
We're showing it through the artistic prowess of two nice Italian men who've flown in specially, and they've made all these dolls of you over the... I know that sounds lame. These are really good.
Okay.
You don't believe me, do you?
No.
No. Hang on, let me pick a good one. No, these are... No, I'm sorry. These are good. These are good. Where were the guys who made them? Oh, there they are. Hello. What are your names?
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Mario?
Their names are Hi and Hi.
Mario. Gianni.
Mario, Gianni. Hello. Grazie. Per delle bombole. No?
No.
No, well, whatever. Now, look, that is good. Look, it's even got your mic pack on and everything.
I see.
That's that's Vogue, isn't it? Is that Vogue?
Sort of.
Sort of, sort of. Oh, look at music. Music is good.
Not bad.
Not bad. We're getting there.
Good.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. No.
Well, let me see that one.
Yeah. Which is that one?
Yeah.
That one. Those are good. The detail, I think, is amazing.
You kind of made me look like a Victoria's Secret model. Thanks.
But here's the kicker. Because when we said, we'd like to see your dolls, and they were coming specially to the show, they then, specially for us, they made this. This is you at the Venice Film Festival. There you are at the Venice Film Festival. Well, you don't have the glasses, Mario and Gianna. You got the sunglasses. Oh, you have them. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that good?
Wow.
Isn't that impressive? Well done. Grazie. Grazie. Grazie mille.
Do I get to keep any of those?
Oh, can they pick one?
The we, but the other one is the only way to have you at my home.
That's
a
adorable.
good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Are you sure now? How long?
This is for her. This is for her.
Oh, I see. That's why it's in a box. Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's lovely.
You.
Aw, there you go.
Can I have the sunglasses?
Oh, they're in a bag. Come on, hurry up. Okay, quickly. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, look, they're adorable. Oh, this is amazing. Look at these.
Put them on.
Look at the detail, the open and everything.
Oh, Misha would be so proud.
Isn't that amazing? That is really impressive.
They're not exactly the shape.
Oh, yes, on their dreams. Now, the thing is, when I was saying to people that you were coming on the show, a lot of my friends said, oh, are you going to ask Madonna about Lady Gaga? But... But what am I supposed to ask? What do people ask you about Lady Gaga?
I'm not saying.
Okay. Because in my head, I'm thinking, you know, you've seen them come, you've seen them go. So when somebody like Lady Gaga comes along, do you just think, good luck to you, girl? Or is a bit of you kind of going,
Actually, neither.
Okay.
When I first saw her, I saw her performing at a very small club in Manhattan a couple of years ago. Maybe it was like 3 years ago, I don't know. I actually was really impressed by her. I thought she was really cool. And she did remind me of me back in the day. I loved her rawness, and there was something fresh about her and ballsy. And when she spoke to the audience, she sounded like she had a similar sense of humor to me, quite ironic. And I liked her. I liked her. So I do think she's very talented.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're drawing a fair now. We're shutting a door.
I think it's more important that we discuss the fact that you've named your dog after me.
No, I didn't name my dog after you.
Oh, really? I heard that you did. You see, this is how rumors get started.
Well, no, my dog is called Madge, but...
What does that mean?
Well, it was a rescue dog, right? And when I went to the... Wait! It was a rescue dog, and when I went to the rescue place, they'd already called her Madonna. And I thought, I can't have a dog called Madonna. So I called her Madge.
Does that help you separate things?
Well, I've got two dogs, so what was I going to call the other one? You know, Madonna. You know.
Well, what's your other dog's name?
Bailey.
Not Gaga.
Now, here's a weird thing. You know, we were talking about coincidences earlier.
Yes?
This is a bit spooky. It may freak you out. But the other two guests on the show tonight, they're only in the same film you directed. Yes, they play Edward and Mrs. Simpson in WE. Please welcome James Darcy and Andrea Riseborough. Hello. Hi. Lovely to see you. Lovely. Take yourself down. Hello, Sarah. Oh, very nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, so do you.
There you go. What a very smart couch it is now.
You look handsome.
Yes, and beautiful, and all good.
Gorgeous.
Very good.
Tall and slender. You may call him His Royal Highness.
I may.
Madonna does. I think you should.
He calls me God, and I call him His Royal Highness.
That was a mistake at first. I sent her an email saying, I hope you're good, and I misspelled it, and I wrote, hope you're God. I thought it's good enough that I'll leave it as it is, and so from now on I just call her God.
But it turned out to be true anyway.
Yes, it did. Because this must be unlike anything else you've experienced, being in a movie with Madonna at the helm.
Yes. It's unlike anything else I've experienced.
Yes. Well, I mean, did you meet? Did you have kind of face-to-face audition-y type things, or were they meetings? What happened?
For my part, Madonna had seen me play Margaret Thatcher in something that I made called The Long Walk to Finchley.
That was so good, by the way.
She was amazing.
Really good. Have you seen the new one? Have you seen the Iron Lady one?
Which is amazing.
Yeah, but you weren't. You were robbed. You should do it. Very good at Brighton Rock as well. Very good at Brighton Rock.
And so it sent me the script, and I thought that it was very unique and wonderful, and I wanted to hear about it and feel the passion for it. And so I went to meet her, and I remember thinking that she was very graceful and fine-boned and delicate. And then she sat down and started getting extremely passionate about this subject. It was infectious. And fortunately, she liked me. And then
I thought she was fine-boned and delicate, too.
She is, yeah.
And then we spent every day together for 7 months after that point, really.
And what about yourself?
Well, Madonna had seen me play Margaret Thatcher in...
You were very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And, actually, we met on Skype. I was in
Is that coincidence,
Los
or...? Chat roulette?
Do you go on chat roulette?
No? What is that?
Later.
I just stay away from the internet, full stop.
You should.
Except for when she Skyped me to say hello and tell me about the project, in which instance, I don't know if you know this.
Yes, I do now.
OK, she froze in a slightly unflattering... Well, you didn't strike a pose. And I didn't quite know what to say, and then I spent the next 20 minutes thinking, I suspect I also have frozen, and I'm looking like a gargoyle at the minute, and I don't think I'm going to get this job.
It was a really nice Skype session. It was actually when I met him that I felt let down.
A little harsh?
No, that's not true.
And now, James, you learned new skills for this film, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Well, Madonna wrote it into the film that I had to play the bagpipes.
I cut the scene.
I know, I was going to say, I don't remember that.
But he really learned how to play them. And they're really hard to play.
Yeah. And then you cut it.
Yeah.
But you also... Wait a minute, you learned how to dance.
You cut that.
I did not.
The big dance you cut.
I did the dance with you and Andrea.
The little dancer's in, the big dancer's gone.
Yeah, but you learned how to dance,
The
dude.
clay pigeon shooting.
These are skills you'll have for life. Look, you look good. We've got a clip on. This is Wallace meeting Edward, and you're doing some beautiful dancing. Feast your eyes on this.
Hello.
Your Royal Highness.
How do you find living in England, Mrs. Simpson?
I love it. Except for the lack of central heating. I'm always cold.
Ah, maybe you need someone to keep you warm.
Isn't that what husbands are for?
I don't know. What are husbands for?
You might have to marry someone to find out, sir.
And how do you find marriage, Mrs. Simpson?
Everything's a compromise, isn't it?
Doesn't sound very romantic.
Ah, romance. That's another matter altogether, Your Highness.
Beautiful.
Stunning couple. Stunning couple.
And congratulations on the score, Golden Globe nominations.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Very good. And now the three of you, presumably, are you doing press for this all over the world?
Yes, we're best friends now.
Yeah, of course you are. But are you doing lots of global press? You guys? Are you talking to journalists from around the world?
Yes, we're talking to journalists around the world. You being one of them.
Yeah. Well, now, I just
that's a weird
thought...
question, because it's, like, obvious that we're doing that.
It's going somewhere. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're not stalling for time?
No,
right
no,
now?
this is going somewhere. Yeah. Because I thought I could just give you a little, a little sort of warning. A little warning about the perils of doing international press. Because what happened, this is in 1997, and you were doing press in Hungary for Evita. Should have got an Oscar, just saying. Anyway, you gave an interview in English to a Hungarian journalist, right?
As I would.
Yes, and it got translated into Hungarian, and then they put it through like a translation computer site to get it back into English.
What I actually...
This is the text. So, I thought we'd recreate it.
Scary.
And now, Andrea, if you can bear it, if you could give us your Madonna. You've studied the lady for some time. I'm expecting a marvellous performance. So you're Madonna. Now, you're an unnamed Hungarian journalist. I'm sorry to give you so little to work with. Oh. I would lean on accent if I was you. I mean, I'm telling you what to do, but I'd lean on accent. OK, so very good actors, recreating your interview in a Hungarian magazine. Action.
Madonna. Budapest says hello with arms that are spread-eagled. Did you have a visit here that was agreeable? Are you in good odor?
Thank you for saying these compliments.
Pretty good.
Please. Stop taking sensationalist photographs until I've removed my garments for all to see. This is a joke I have made.
Madonna, let's cut to the hunt. Are you a bold, hussy woman that feasts on men who are toys?
Yes, yes. This is certainly something that brings to the surface my longings.
No, we did not make this up.
In America, it is not considered to be mentally ill when a woman advances on her prey in a discotheque setting.
Okay. Here's a question from Left Space. What was your book Slut about?
My book was called Sex.
Not in Hungary. Here it was called Slut.
Thank you very much, James and Andrea. Very good. Top acting. Right, before we hear tonight's special stories in the red chair, it's time for our music act tonight. Now, this lady has just won the Brits Critics' Choice Award, and now she's going to sing for Madonna. Not nervous, I imagine. Performing next to me, please welcome Emily Sandé!
You won't find him drinking under tables, rolling dice, staying out till 3. You won't ever find him be unfaithful. You won't find him, you'll find him next to me. You won't find him trying to chase the devil for money, fame, for power, out of greed. You won't ever find him where the rest go. You will find him, you'll find him next to me. Next to me. Ooh, next to me. Ooh, next to me. You'll find him next to me. When the money's spent and all my friends have vanished, and I can't seem to find no help or love for free, I know there's no need for me to panic, 'cause I'll find him next to me. When the skies are gray and all the doors are closing, and the rising pressure makes it hard to breathe, when all I need's a hand to stop the tears from falling, I will find him, I'll find him next to me. Next to me. Ooh, next to me. Ooh, next to me. Ooh, I will find him, I'll find him next to me. When the end has come and buildings falling down fast, when we spoiled the land and dried up
Emily Sunday! Come over, you. Hello, lovely lady. Congratulations. That was gorgeous. Come and do. Sit down. Emily, Andrea, James, and Madonna. Very good.
Oh, beautiful, really beautiful.
Very good. Oh. Was that a little nerve-wracking and cruel to do to you?
Yes, a little bit. But...
Yeah. Did you like it, Madonna? Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. You sound great. Thank you.
Right answer.
Nice hair.
And that's off Emily's album, which is out February 13th.
Yes.
And it's called MDNA. Oh, no, how embarrassing. Oh, no, the title's gone. No, our version of events.
Our version of events, yes.
Our version of events.
Oh, wow. It's very small writing.
It's all about Emily. That's the main. That's all we need to know. Because is it true, Richie, your actual name is Adele?
Yes.
How annoying is that?
I know. 3 years ago, I made the big decision to be Emily.
Yeah, you saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah. It was coming.
Listen, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And the best of luck with the future. Gorgeous song, really lovely. Right, very quickly, our time's nearly up, but before we go, it's a Red Chair special, because this week, only stories I'll allow involve Madonna. So, have a go if you want. Your gloves would look very good on that.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
I'm not doing anything.
Should have won an Oscar. Just saying. Who is up first? Hello.
Hi, how are you? Hello, all.
What's your name, sir?
It's John.
John. Okay, John. What do you do, John?
I work as a commercials producer. I make ads.
Oh, right. He makes odds. Off you go, John.
Odd? Wait, no, wait. What's an odd? Don't touch it.
It's like an ad in Ireland.
Oh, ad.
He looks like he's preparing to tip over,
make
by
odds.
the way. His hands are gripping.
Can I just say, he should be preparing. Off you go, John.
When I was 11, I asked for In Bed with Madonna for Christmas, and I actually got Michael Bolton's Greatest Hits instead from my parents. So I saved up my pocket money and bought it, and my mother came home early one night when I thought she was out, and she sat down with me and she said, "So what is this?" And I said, "Oh, it's just a concert film." At the exact moment that Madonna climbed in the bed for the Like a Virgin scene in it and began to touch herself rather inappropriately during the song. And there was silence for about 20 minutes, and eventually I was asked to go to bed. But the good thing is that I think it gave my mother 2 years of hope that I might one day give her grandchildren when I started.
That's a cute story. John, you can walk. Well done, John. Very good. Whoa. Wow.
Yellow cat.
John was very fashion-forward there, wasn't he? That is not a January look. All right, do you have time for one more? One more. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow, what's the deal with yellow?
I told you, it's big, isn't it? Your name, I'm guessing, isn't Fred Mello.
No, my name is Lucian.
Lucian? Lucian. What have you got? What have you got there, Lucian?
I got a message for Madonna.
Okay.
The story is when she came to Romania for the first time, we had to write a message as a national contest. And I won the contest, and I won a signed photo from her. Thank you, Madonna. So I just had
Wait a minute, that's what they gave you for writing the welcome message from an entire country?
No, it was like just a contest, and I won.
So this is the winning entry?
Yes, this is the winning entry. I just changed the first line, because now it's better. So, dear Madge, I know you're gonna hear this message. I'm nervous, and it takes a lot of courage. This is my way to say how much you mean to me, and after reading this, you'll know just how I feel. I've been a fan of yours since I was very young.
Wait, this could be Shakespeare.
I've been a fan of yours since I was very young.
This is not Shakespeare.
Your music is for me just like a drug. The rhythm and the beat makes me feel high. Sometimes the songs you sing, they make me cry. You always teach us to love one another, to express ourselves, to take care.
Finally! Well done, everyone! If you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in the Red Chair, you can. Just contact us via our website at this very address. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank my guests tonight, Emily Sunday, Anya Riseborough, James Darcy, and the one, the only, Madonna!
National Lottery Friday night numbers get drawn here on BBC One in a moment. Stan's becoming a drag racer in the first of BBC Three's American Dad double bill in 5 minutes. Whilst on BBC 4 in 10 minutes, the death of a rock star. The last 48 hours of Kurt Cobain.